If I told you enlightenment came from inner peace, loving your life and the people around you, and being comfortable with the pain of living, you'd believe me. What if I told you it came from seconds into being conscious, Meurem rips out his mother's womb, telling her to silence her worthless cries. The king of the world is born, taking the life of the mother who birthed him. Within moments of existing, he orders the ants to bring him food. Peggy, having heard this, rushes to save the queen and... He did not listen to the word of his new ruler, so death was his equal punishment. Hungry for meat, the royal guards bring him to a human settlement to teach him how to consume humans like 5-star cuisine. And he beheads the child's parents, and then impales said child without mercy and eats their brains, noting how tasty it is, but still crap compared to good humans. When Pito offers him advice on spotting more delicious humans, he tries to kill her for insulting his intelligence. Cruelty was the only language Meurem knew, being born from the blood of thousands of criminals, vicious predators, and now Nen users. All that human malice pooled in his psyche, creating a walking being of pure destruction, but also innate understanding of human nature. Meurem at the start of his existence was just a word, power, which he says after killing him, when a woman behind him begged for their lives, From the beginning, he had this philosophical view on being a king and being powerful, one he would constantly question as his life unfolded. Furthering his existence in power, like a real king, he had to accumulate it in all forms. He started with mental games, reading books on difficult board games like shogi and go, initially losing of course, but quickly grasping what he calls the rhythm of the person he is fighting. Feeling disgusted at human inability to discern their own weakness. Like a machine, he analyzed and broke down what was beneath him until it served its purpose, and disposed of it without mercy. Understanding this rhythm, turning these humans into pitiful husks that would rather die than play him, brought him unparalleled joy. Until he met Komugi in her domain, Gungi. After understanding, he plays and loses. Nothing new. But soon, a spark of fear breeds within Meurem. He keeps losing again and again and again, and it baffles him. Even when he thinks he has her trapped, she finds a way out, and it shatters his rhythm of her he believed he grasped. And when asked her why did she hesitate to end the game earlier, she says because he used a strategy that she invented, and she was afraid to kill it again. In a way, she was kind of teaching him what it means to love the things you cherish and create. And it's the first time Meurem ever conceded defeat to anyone, allowing them to talk and explain to him, teach him something. So next time they play, he comes up with a different plan, a more pathetic one, in my opinion. But Komugi is unfazed. She simply says she'll bet what she always bets. Gungi is all she can do, is how she finds purpose in her existence, supports her family. Her life is meaningless in comparison. With one word, life. She breaks his conviction. He laughs. The empty king with no life finally is filled with a different emotion. Confusion, joy, surprise. He rips off his arm in respect, realizing his conviction was worthless in the face of this girl. However, this changes when Komugi refuses to play until he is healed. And just like that, his superiority, his rhythm, his king persona is shattered under the sight of one blind girl. And after a final round of games for the night, Meurem asks her name, the first for him to actually show respect and care about other beings' existence. Name. Another word that rips Meurem in half like paper. What is his name? Who is he? So he calls royal guards and asks them, what is my name? And they just say, King. You are the king of everything. You are the king of the world. Your name is just King. But they all have names. He turns towards the shit world he inherited, towards his hypnotized, useless subjects, and begins to question his life, his worthiness as king, the way he stamped out innocent lives that had potential for no reason. And he realizes,
Yo, oh! 命を意味なく積んだだとしたらなんという強さ暴力こそこの世で最も強い力
He walks back to Komugi, ready to kill her. Who cares if he can't win a stupid game? Who cares if he'll never beat this child? He has the power to remove any existence he deems worthless. Who needs a name? Who needs these petty victories? I am the god of this world. Cruelty is my weapon. Your worthless lives are mine.
Thank you. なぜ助けを呼ばぬここもこっちも血だらけではないかなんと脆い生き物なのだたった今こいつを殺しに来たのではないのか何なのだこの生き物は世はこいつをどうしたいのだ
There's a shift in Meurem's psyche past this moment. His only focus is on Komugi and Gungi. His empty world is filled with the light of this incomprehensible girl. Until he understands what she sparks in him, this foreign emotion he's solving, he can't leave her. Even with the potential threat of intruders, he orders his guards to not disturb him, saying they're useless if they can't. His certainty and his purpose as king has been removed. That straight line of conviction has been cut under the sight of one blind girl. But when the hunters finally attack Meurem and his army, maritime cruelty cracks, and kindness takes over. Usually in anime, a black face means that character is enraged beyond understanding. You mask the eyes to hide the soul. And in this moment, Meurem could have eviscerated everybody in that room. But he instead focused on the dying life of Komugi and his fans, his new purpose. The beauty of something that has touched him and that he has learned to touch with care.
ピタ 小麦を直せ。頼んだぞ。
Because Komugi has become the new word that defines him. And the fight starts with Netero. He sits and says he won't fight him. He simply wants to talk. Normally, Meurem would kill somebody for this. But he takes a moment, asks Netero if he is satisfied, and then sits again, asking to talk. He has found worth in humans and deems that some should live in this world. Once he takes over and removes war and struggle, the best humans will be allowed to survive. They're no longer just food or playthings, they're alive in his eyes, alive because of one girl's joy over a simple board game. And says to Netero, you will only move me with words.
Oh yo! 自分の名を知りたくはないか?
なぜ貴様が世の名前を知っている?
わしに負けを認めさすことができれば教えてやらんでもないぞ。
And with that, he reignites the malice within Meurem's heart. That battle between ant and human he's wavering between explodes. And Meurem fights for the answer to the mystery that has plagued him.
矢お主の名だ。
Now, being brought back to life, Meurem's memory is gone. He doesn't understand how he got there. Something taps at the back of his skull. Words trigger him. Contest, match, game, another mystery for him to pursue. But he's changed. And when they arrive back at the palace, he scours the destroyed throne room looking for answers until he sees a gungi piece. And it almost crafts the memory of Komugi, but it's too short. One piece, one word, to remind him of his former purpose. After fighting with Poof, who's trying to stop him for good reasons, he uses N and runs into Welfin. And the hunger takes over. The ant, in its last attempt to wash away the human Meurem, has risen.
腹が減ったな。俺は食われて死ぬ。死ぬ。生きたい。 一言、最初の一言、メッセージ。王殿、俺は一言、死ぬまでは死なねえ。山木。
He had come to learn that his power was worthless if it snuffs out a life. That life in every form is beautiful and their goals are as valid as his. Being a king is a waste of his time. And when he reaches Palm, who guards Komugi, he knows he's dying from having touched her with his N. He simply just asks to see Komugi. And when she refuses, he bows. The king of the world, the king of the ants, one of the most dangerous beings in this world, bowing to a lowly human turned into an ant. And out of her sheer dignity as an ant to her king, Palm cannot allow this. But she lets him pass, asking to watch his final moments. When he finds Komugi sleeping in a coffin, he smiles and tells her to get up, it's time to play. And once again, like the beginning of the relationship, he loses over and over and over again, before just getting a little bit tired.
世は毒に侵され長くない。
メルエム様。
最後、小麦。 お主と打って過ごしたかった。だがこの毒は伝染する。世のそばに長くいればお主にも。逆新手返し。
メルエム様、私、今、とっても幸せです。ふつつかものですが、お供させてください。
小麦、いるか？
はいな、いますとも。どこにも行きません。
And he constantly keeps asking, calling out her name, the most beautiful sound in his world right now, because he fears being alone again. He's been so lonely since being born. A lonely king without a name, a lonely power that had no equal, nowhere to go. And now, for once in his life, he has someone that makes him not feel
い
alone.
るか？
はいな、もちろん。メルエム様の番ですよ。
少しだけ疲れた。ほんの少し眠るから、このまま手を握っていてくれるか？最後に
はい。
名前を呼んでくれないか？
おやすみなさい。メルエム。私もすぐ行きますから。
Meurem's approach to evil was enlightenment. His cruelty became a road for him to understand others, games became a way for him to understand the world, and words became the key that unlocked what every human being should know but forgets. Power is meant for those you love, and it is worthless without something to protect. And power, paradoxically, is ultimately useless to chase. Unless you have someone that can anchor you, someone just as powerful or even better so, at the bottom of power compared to you, because their weakness, their gentleness with the world, brings you down from this endless pursuit. It makes you realize that all my power will never grant me the peace this person has brought to me. That's what Komugi was to Meurem. She was the peace to his void of uncertainty. And through their time, through her care and love for him, she made him live up to the meaning of his name, Meurem, the light that illuminates all. The light that gave Netero the fight of his life. The light that brought peace to these royal guards and their purpose of protecting him. And the light that gave one blind girl a greater respect for her life than she ever had until she met him.
どうした？なぜ泣く？
私がこんなに幸せでいいのでしょうか？私みたいなものにこんなに素敵なことがいくつも起きて